And what do you think was different with being a musician those days versus being a musician these days?
The music industry has, because music has become so ubiquitous, its value to us has gone down. Spotify, every time somebody plays an artist's stream, you listen to a song on Spotify. Well, back in the 50s and 60s and 70s, that would mean somebody would have had to have recorded something at a studio, which is thousands of dollars, gone out, pressed it, thousands of dollars, paid a record company or the record company to promote that thing, to get it on radio, thousands of dollars, and then you would have to go to a record store and spend a lot of money buying that record. Now, somebody can sit in their bedroom, produce that music for free, put it on Spotify for free, and then you will get, I think it's 8 decimal places of 1 cent for each time your song is played. And right now on this planet, there's 8.2 billion people consuming music in some way, shape, or form. As a result, we're surrounded by music that's worth almost nothing. And so if you decide you want to go into music, you're going to be in the tiniest fraction of decimal places to equivalent, even come close to 1/1000th of a Taylor Swift. It's almost impossible. So few people actually make money on music nowadays that if you get into music, don't expect to make money. Do it for love. And the great part about my end of this career right now, having gone through all those other things that I just described, is I don't make much money at music, but I'm in love with it. And I'm in love with the people that make it with me. And I'm almost a richer man for that than if I had become a millionaire rock star.
Yeah. That directly ties into my next question, which is advice for aspiring musicians.
If you go into it with the knowledge that you probably won't make any money, and to have a secondary career that you actually like, that intersects with music a bit, so that they are complementary. And use music to form relationships and friendships and inspire yourself personally.
Then how do you think people like Taylor Swift became so big?
She had very wealthy parents that were willing to put quite a lot of money into her career. And there were stage parents that were really good at what they did, but they found also a really great young musician and helped her develop her talents. She had a giant team of people working to develop that talent. That was not Taylor Swift. That was everybody with her, which is sort of a traditional way of doing, whether you're a movie star in the 40s or a rock star in the 70s. It was that traditional development team that helped her get to where she could lift off by herself. And she's doing amazing work nowadays. I so much love what she's doing. I respect everything that she's done. And she's lifted up entire groups of society. She has changed the economics of certain cities, and just by doing a concert in that city. It's astounding. And she's really inspiring for young women. And I love that.
So she got a platform, but what she did with the platform is what made her who she is today.
It was really symbiotic. One helped the other. They worked together.
Yeah. And lastly, for music, how do you feel music has evolved since your time?
So, evolved is not the correct word. Everything changes, and music can never stay the same. People, by their nature, require change. And everything reacts. So let's just say the Beatles. Take the Beatles. No matter what, people are going to tire of and react against the Beatles to create music that is not Beatles. And so you wind up with punk, you wind up with whatever the 90s alt indie music was, and then you wind up with rap, and all of those are reacting to what happened before it. And as music becomes more and more ubiquitous, and part of it, there's more tiny little subsections of fragments of music styles, and each one is breaking apart and breaking apart and breaking apart. And there's no evolution. It's just a constant movement of style against style to break apart that style into other styles. You know, there could be 8.2 billion styles at some point in time.
Yeah.
So, but evolution is wrong. It's like art history. Have you studied art history at all?
No.
You can't have, in order to understand what art is, you have to have understood everything that came before. You have to have a rough understanding. Or if you are inside of a particular culture, what that art culture's history was. Because otherwise, it's just a picture of a plant. But if you understand that plant also had all these painters that painted that plant before that, that tells you more about what that plant's history was like. Even some of the pictures on your walls here, they all have, and that it's just not just a picture, it's the story behind what created the picture and put it there. Well, music is like that too. It's a giant set of what came before it to define what it is and how it's perceived today.
Now I like music even more.
I want everybody to have music. All three of my kids got music training. Only one really took it seriously. As far as I know, my boys, the only thing that they play right now are video games, and that's okay.
It's okay.
That's okay. They all love music in their own way.
Yeah. Every time I sing music, I always feel like my brain has become more focused than I do math.
I guarantee it. And if you play with other people, and I don't know if you do, but if you do, the level of communication that's nonverbal, standing next to people that are doing that together, all as one thing, so dancing is a really good form of that, working together as a unit, and then music is a step above that. And it's really interesting, especially if you're creating music, if you're not just playing somebody else's music off a sheet, but you're literally responding in real time to everything that's going on stage right now. That is the thing that I look for. It's playing with great musicians that are creating things that have not been created before.
Yeah.